presentations by top 5 participants. It was a tough call. 5 adjudicators from all 5 countries. It was an extremely tough call. I'll request them to speak to you at a later stage. The proposals were so innovative and the marks were so close. So it was a tough call. However, they have listed these 5 as the top one, not in any order, in the order of the way they presented. So we will be requesting these 5 participants, these 5 young scientists, Chunchao Zhao, Chiang Li, Rajesh Yadav, Joao Pedro Novachadlo, and Chunyi Chao, to make a brief presentation to the entire team, to the adjudicators, to the delegation, and also to the other participants. I'll request you to take 5 to 6 minutes each, and then the adjudicators will decide the top 3. So I hope everyone takes note of it. We will go in the same order. We will start with Chunchao Chao, Chiang Li, Rajesh Yadav, Joao Pedro, and Chen. After this, we will have the valedictory address. We will have Ambassador Sanjay Bhattacharya addressing us. That will also give us some time for the adjudicators to choose the 3 awardees among the 5. And then they will come back and tell us, they will give a small note, remarks by the adjudicators, following by the announcement of who are those top 3. And then maybe we will request those 3 to make a small note about this. And then we will request the delegation, heads of the delegation, by the 5 from the 5 countries, and then we will have maybe I'll request Dr. Varshni. Sir, would you like to say anything at this stage?
Well, I'm too excited to listen to these 5 fellows, and those all who could not make to this list, please don't feel dejected, because what Dr. Subhachandran told, that it was a very, very close game. And I know all of you are bubbling with energy, have huge potential. It is just that today it is day of these 5, and but I'm sure all of us would get benefited by their talks, and you will get a lot of opportunity for future interactions. So with these words, in fact, Dr. Subhachandran,
thank you. Thank you, Varshni sir. Dr. Arvind Kumar, may I request you, since all the participants are there, can you say a few words about the idea of the Innovators Prize? Dr. Arvind? Okay, we'll come back to him later at a later stage. Maybe is Chunchao Chao here?
Okay, yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay, I'm here.
Please, you could 5 minutes. If you could kind of tell us the story. Yeah.
Okay, 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Yeah. I'd like to share the PowerPoint to all the televisions. Yeah. Okay. Let me see. Wait a minute. Sorry, I can't find my PowerPoint here. And can you move to the next presentation, and then I will share.
Maybe I'll request Chiang Li to come in now. Yeah. Is it okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Chiang Li from Nanjing University.
Yes.
Yeah, please.
My should I share my screen?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Harini, I hope the screens are enabled.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Xiang Li, you can go ahead, please.
Okay. Can anyone see my presentation?
Oh, yes, we can see it. Please go ahead.
Okay. My project is the fingerprint of the device, the guardian of industrial internet security. It's about the enhance the security of internet of things, and they have 5 minutes for me.
That's right.
Oh, okay. Okay. Part one is technology and products. There are several characteristics of industrial internet equipment loads, including networked device, relying on IoT, distributed development, and restrict of power consumption. These characteristics bring opportunities for hackers. Hackers trying to attack the hospital to steal the medical information. The overall security level is relatively low in the smart grid. Besides, the communication needs to be reliable in the aerospace. Therefore, the industrial internet is facing attacks from outsiders. In order to address the above industrial power pain points, physical unclonable function paths are proposed. Using our unique algorithm, we can extract variation of manufacture process, such as temperature, cynical industry, and dopant concentration of integrated circuits, and use these variations to generate a chip's key function as a digital fingerprint. Under the same challenges, different path circuits with the same structure will generate different response. So it's unpredictable and unclonable and can be used for device authentication and key generation. Our team proposed 4 kinds of ultra-low power path circuits, designed 3 configurable path designs, realized 2 anti-attack strong path technologies, and invented a new path circuit design based on non-volatile memory RAM. Based on the proposed designs, we presented a complete product system, including the path IP core, which can be conveniently integrated into FPGA and ASIC, security evaluation kit, which is the first automated kit to evaluate the performance of path, security board, which supports localized storage path key, and the secure IoT chip, which is low power consumption and low cost. We provide hardware information security solutions. Our designs have been published in many papers, and our project have formed a preliminary intellectual property protection. Furthermore, our project have been praised by many domestic academicians and experts. Part 2 is market analysis. Our products are mainly for aerospace industry, power industry, and daily civil industry. In aerospace industry, we use the relationship market strategy and deeply bind Queen's University Belfast NUAA and the related industry research institutes. In power industry, binding leading industry strategy with the state grid is used. Additionally, the experimental marketing strategies is used in the daily civil industry. According to the incomplete statistics, the capacity of the chip security market is expected to reach 209 billion, and our project has a broad market process. Our competitors many include Veru, Intrinsic ID, and ICTK. Compared with their products, our designs are configurable and more security. Our company is valuated at 18 million, facing 8 million. So the part 3 is the management and strategy. I'm the CEO of the company, and there are many experts and talents in all fields. And the Professor Mel O'Neill is our main advisor. She is the youngest female academician in the UK. Our vision is providing a reliable security core for the industry intellect. Thank you for your attention. That's all.
Xiangli, thank you so much. In a nutshell, in a matter of 5 minutes, you gave us a wonderful account of your proposal. Thank you so much, Xiangli. May I kindly request you to close? And now I'll invite Mr. Rajesh Yadav to make his proposal, and then we will come to Chun Chao Chao later.
Okay,
yeah?
okay.
Is that okay? Chun Chao Chao, we'll wait for you. We'll finish it. Rajesh Yadav, yeah, go ahead. 5 minutes, Rajesh.
Yes.
On the 4th minute, I'll make a note to you.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Thank you. A good day to all. Myself, Rajesh Yadav, PhD Research Scholar from Center for Biosystem Science and Engineering. Currently, I will be presenting my work on universal influenza vaccine in BRICS Young Scientist Forum, organized by NIAS and DST under Innovator Prize for India. So before I could start, we are going through a lot in COVID-19 pandemic. Fortunately, several vaccines have been developed rapidly and major vaccination drives are ongoing currently. But simultaneously, SARS-CoV-2 drifting and escaping the vaccine-mediated immunity. If we compare the scenario with the flu pandemic in like last 100 years, vaccine development was not that swift. Viruses got drifted, because of which the current vaccines are not been that useful. So this is because the major difference between, though we know SARS-CoV-2 is considered as one of the deadliest infection in this last 1 year, but if we compare that with influenza, they are, because of the high mutation rate and the reassortment that is possible, we don't know what kind of new virus it can come up with. And if we have seen the last 100 years, we have 4 major pandemics, H1N1 being the most deadliest one, which has caused around 500 million cases and 50 million deaths. The current influenza vaccines which are circulating are H1N1, H3N2, and the 2B lineages. But the major mutating ones are these H1N1 and H3N2. As I said, the major challenge over here for all the vaccine manufacturers is the drift and the shift which happens. Drift is nothing but the mutations which are getting accumulated on the influenza viruses. Shift is when they go to a different host. For example, avian influenza virus and a human influenza virus, they have a reassortment and they come up with a different new virus like H2N2. That's when the pandemic has been occurring. So this is a case where pandemic is occurring. But what about the seasonal influenza viruses, which is having a higher amount of mutations which are getting accumulated, is what we are majorly involved. Influenza viruses are further classified based on the human infecting one, as I said, A and B type. But they are also further classified based on, for example, let's take the first two, which is major concern. They are also further classified into different clades and subclads, depending upon the mutations and the kind of modification which they have it on their surface proteins. But we have current solution, which is not that efficient. That is a quadrivalent vaccine against H1N1, H3N2, and the 2B lineage viruses. The reason for these drawbacks are nothing but the long lead time which takes for the vaccine for the production. And because of which, so for example, we can consider globally, twice a year, that is in northern and southern hemisphere, they identify the circulating strain and they will make the formulation which is required for the influenza vaccine. But it takes 6 months for them to pre-plan. That is the CDC, they'll go for surveillance, they'll identify which is the circulating strain, and then they'll come up with the final formulation which is required. By the time the formulation is ready, the vaccines have already got drifted. That's the reason of this low effectivity. In 2014, the effectivity was only 19%. And we required this formulation to be done every year, which is a cumbersome process and also a healthcare burden. So the need statement over here is nothing but come up with a universal influenza vaccine, which is long lasting, at least for 3 to 4 years, broad specificity against all influenza strains, irrespective of the virus subtype and the antigenic drift and shift which can occur. So these are the current methods of developing vaccines, which is nothing but breaking the viruses, making an aliquot of their antigen, and then giving it to the people. So we have come up with a different approach. As I said, we have combined the B cell base, that is antibody base, or the T cell, which is B cell based response is majorly shown by these kind of current vaccine development.
Rajesh, one more minute, please.
Yeah, sure. So the T cell epitopes is what is having the memory, and also we are loading it to a PLGA based particle, which is biodegradable and FDA approved, and which can have a better compatibility. So these were the algorithms which we have used. We have identified the T cell epitopes computationally, which will have higher immunogenicity and low toxicity. And when we compare the immunogenicity of these T cell epitopes, we have also planned to study in mouse. That's why we have also taken the epitopes which will be conserved for both mouse and humans. And this is a major 4 outliers which we are trying to achieve. The major one being the delivery approach, which is through PLGA particle. And also the stem region, which is like 90% of the region is conserved. That's what we try to make for. This is how the final stem protein will look like, which will be having higher conserved domains in the whole region. And the packaging and the delivery is something very novel over here. Usually when PLGA particles are being loaded with proteins, they have a higher degradation efficiency. But here we are trying to combine it by making pores. These pores are nothing but porous particle, which is having alum, which is positively charged, and the proteins are negatively charged, and then they are entrapped by heating them or healing the pores with 38 to 42 degrees Celsius. You can see the alum which has been loaded over here using X-ray spectroscopy. And also the proteins which are loaded, they have a higher affinity, and 83% of the proteins have got loaded onto it. So finally, it will be like a powdered, and they also have a better release kinetics for a long period of time.
Rajesh,
So you don't have to take multiple jabs for this. I'm almost done. So the competitive advantage of our Uniflu-Vac with the other major different kinds of influenza vaccine production pipeline, you can see we don't have to update them regularly. We have broad specificity, rapid production, and less storage. I mean, you can store it at our room temperature because it's a powdered solution, and we don't need any bioprocessing. So the whole cost come down 5 times. This is our pipeline. By 2023, we plan to get into phase 2 or phase 1 and phase 2 clinical trial. And by 2022, the next couple of years, we will be getting the preclinical efficiency study in mice and ferret models and give it to a GMP facility. This is my team, myself, Rajesh Yadav, and Shashank Tripathi.
Thank you, Rajesh. I'll request you to. It's interesting listening to you. I sincerely wish we have more time. Thank you so much. Yeah. We will move to the third presentation, Technology as a Path to Social Inclusion by Joe Pedro Goes Novacharlo. Joe, are you here?
Yeah, I'll share my presentation.
Yeah, there you are. 5 minutes, Joe.
Can you see it?
Yeah, we can see that. Yeah, 5 minutes,
okay.
Please. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, hi everyone. My name is João Pedro Novacharlo. I am a creative technologist and social entrepreneur, a graduate student specialized in social technology, and a candidate for a master's degree in social entrepreneurship at the University of Southern California. Before presenting my project, I would like to bring you some numbers. Around the world, there are more than 280 million people that are blind or have low vision. And according to the World Health Organization, this number is expected to double in the next 30 years. Therefore, there is a global problem which directly affects their lives. And I'm talking about the lack of accessibility in the cities. And this is the reality when we go to the large urban centers. And I know that there are laws and regulations that mandate accessibility, but the vast majority of these spaces don't provide any. And despite all these problems, what hurts these people the most is the feeling of abandonment and, above all, non-belonging. So thinking of proposing a solution to this challenge, I created Viver. Viver is a free mobile application that uses microlocation technology and artificial intelligence to facilitate the interaction and mobility of visually impaired people inside and outside spaces, and through a virtual voice assistant. Viver has 4 central technical pillars: microlocation systems, mobile applications, cloud computing, and artificial intelligence. And how does it work? Once we are reached by companies and governments that are willing to pay to make their spaces accessible, we need to analyze the area to be mapped, identifying the best places to install the devices, avoiding interference regions, and listing potential points of interest. Subsequently, we install these small Bluetooth devices responsible for emitting a signal to map and distinguish spaces. With the devices properly positioned, we gather their coordinates and signal strength parameters, applying our deep learning algorithm to generate a virtual map. It is noteworthy that as this process is done through machine learning and neural networks, inconsistencies can be constantly reduced over time. Once we have the devices installed and the points of interest traced, we link lots of information to them, all within a cloud computing platform. With all this done, we just brought more accessibility to that place. Once the visually impaired person activates the Viver application and walks through that area, they will receive, through a voice assistant, information, directions, descriptions, and guidance about their surroundings. A solution like this clearly addresses 4 significant aspects within the context of people with disabilities: mobility, orientation, autonomy, and the most important of all, inclusion. These are some of the applicabilities of our solution, and we can use it in transportation, education, entertainment, culture, events, tourism, public spaces, and many other. And we are talking about a market that will reach $31 billion by the year of 2024. In talking about events, I would like to bring you our latest case. In 2019, we had the opportunity to participate in Rock in Rio, one of the largest entertainment festivals in Latin America. There were 7 days of event, more than 100 users, 25 in-map areas, 78 devices installed, and the certainty that the great superstar were these guys in the photo, who for the first time in the history of the world had the opportunity to enjoy and enhance their experience at an event with an assistive technology like ours. These are some of the recognitions I've had along my journey, and now I am speaking directly from Los Angeles, California, and my coming to the US is helping me validate my project. But it has also made me understand that most of the challenges that people with visual impairments face are the same in any part of the world. And that's why I'm so happy to be bringing this topic up for debate and sharing it with you, scientists, professors, and innovators. I'm really looking forward to continue with these connections. And before the end of presentation, I have a question for you all. If we see these problems and do nothing to solve them, basically closing our eyes to them, who are the blind ones?
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you
Joe.
so much for your attention.
Yeah, that's quite a powerful question. Thank you. We could see the passion in your work. Let's come back to you at a later stage. Now let's move to the 4th presentation by Chunyi Gao from Peking Union of Medical College Hospitals, China. Chunyi Gao. There you are. 5 minutes, Chunyi, please.
Okay, can you hear me?
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. It's a great honor to attend this event and let me make new friends, learn new topics, and have an opportunity to share our project with all of you. And just a brief introduction about myself. My name is Junyi Gao, and I'm a surgical resident in Peking Union Medical College Hospital. And my project is about the application of AI technology in the endoscopic surgery. The AI technology has deeply changed our lives and also performed outstanding in the medical areas. But however, it's rarely applied in the endoscopic surgery. In the past years, our group tried to apply the deep learning technology to the processing of surgical videos, providing surgeons with better real-time visual information and ensure the safety of surgery. Okay, let's show you some of the videos. The first function of our system is the defogging, which could reduce the impact of smoke on the field of vision by video processing in real time. And you can see in the video, the left screen is a region vision, and the right one shows the defogging effects. And this patent has entered the stage of substantive examination, and it is also applied in pulmonary surgery and renal surgeries. The second function is a bleeding point tracking, which could keep detecting and tracking the bleeding point during the operations, reducing unnecessary blood loss in the surgery. Okay, the third function is the recognition of recurrent laryngeal nerve. And the recurrent nerve, laryngeal nerve is the most important nerve in the thyroid surgery, and our system could keep detecting the boundaries of the nerve during surgery to avoid accidental nerve damage. And the fourth function is the gauze recognition. Our system could also detect the gauze even it was soaked with blood during the surgery. Okay, now I would like to show you our future plan. In the next 2 years, we would further optimize the system and develop more function modules. Moreover, we would also improve the system adaptability to allow it matching different hosts in different countries to improve the medical quality in different countries, especially in our BRICS countries. I thank you very much, and I sincerely hope that you all staying safe and healthy during the special time. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Chuni Kao. Thank you also for asking us to stay safe. Yeah. Now we'll move to the last presentation by Chunchao Chao by University of Science and Technology, China.
Okay, can you hear me and see the presentation?
We can hear you. We can see the slides as well. Go ahead, please. Okay, 5 minutes, Chunchao.
Okay, yeah. Okay, thanks, doctor. And hello, this is Junchao Zhao from University of Science and Technology of China. And the topic is a new ultrafine dry powder that resists reignition. Yeah. First, I want to introduce my library. Yeah, we do some energy-related fires, and we do some fundamental applications and forward-looking our files about the fires. Yeah. And the next fair challenge is real problems that all the people faced. Nowadays, oil still accounts for 31% of energy structure of BRICS countries, and however, improper use or storage will cause huge fires that were very difficult to extinguish. It is a real challenge faced by the BRICS countries, and the oil pour fire would cause economic losses, pollution, and carbon emission. And look at this photo. This photo was taken during a fire, and through this photo, we could really experience the helplessness of the firefighters. And this triggered our thinking, and we want to have better firefighting equipment. So our aim on the BRICS Forum is to find an internal team to develop the project in BRICS countries and share our technology to jointly face challenge of oil pour fire. The ultra-fine dry powder has a best fire extinguishing efficiency compared with others, but it has also some limitations. The biggest limitation is that it would settle after contacting with oil and lose protection ability. And we can see the effects from the two photos. Yeah. With no oil repellency, it is very easy to be reignited. But after treatment, the oil repellent dry ultrafine dry powder would cover layer on the oil surface, and thus it can prevent oil evaporation, and it is very hard to be reignited. So our solution is to impart dry powders oil repellency, and this is our samples, and the red liquid is kerosene, a kind of oil. The parameters about the oil repellency rate and the contact angle with oil are both very high. This may be the first and the best performance that has ever reported. Yeah. And so based on special treatment, so we can achieve 3 advantages. The first ability is to cut fire extinguishing time in half, and the second one is to prevent reignition. So it is very hard to be ignited by external ignition sources, which has been demonstrated in the last slide. And the third one is to inhibit flame propagation. Sometimes even if it was reignited again, the flame propagation is rather slower. And we also compared our products with products on the market. and we found the following advantages: the finer particles, special oil repellency, and by the fire extinguishing efficiency. Yeah. So the future prospects are very bright, and these are some details. Fire need to be verified. So we built a very good relationship with National Fire Breed. So our products can be verified and then used to some potential applications. And these are our development. And now we are doing large-scale fire experiment with National Fire Brigade. Yeah. We wanted to help the BRICS countries to improve the fire safety level, and we also found that in some rural areas it has a largest population but few firefighting equipment. The fire safety level is growing. We hope to provide the product to these areas. Yeah, this is our project, and this is our team and team members. These are some achievements now. And next week, I want to make some appreciations, and thanks the organizers, thanks India, thanks the forum, and thanks all young scientists. And we all know that the next forum will be held in China, and welcome to China. Yeah. Thanks. We want to build a safe life and no fire in BRICS countries, no fire around the world, and hope everyone will be healthy in the global epidemic. Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you, Chao. Thanks. Also, can you close your file? Please?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I will close one. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you so much, and thanks also for inviting us to China. We are looking forward to visit the great country of US next year. Now, may I kindly request the adjudicators to adjourn to their room and then have a quick discussion to finalize the top 3 from this. Yeah, I'll request Dr. Arvind and Dr. Mayak also to move there. Yeah. Harini, let me once again thank the 5 participants who presented. And also all those, it was a great honor to listen to you all. The presentations that you made, the innovation ideas that you have, it's just an amazing one that we could listen to you in the first place. As Dr. Varshni also talked to you, it is not going to be an easy task. With such a set of ideas, such a set of innovations. I'm sure, Dr. Varshni on behalf of DST and me on behalf of my institute, it's a privilege to host you and listen to your ideas. Once again, let me thank all 25 innovators who presented. It's only a matter of, it's such a competition, it's only a matter of minor numbers. But we respect all the presentation that have been made. Now we will request the adjudicators to take a look at this. It's a tough job. For the last 2 days, I have been struggling on this. They will come back and let us know the top 3. Meanwhile, what we will do, if from the participants, are there any questions to these 5 innovators, their proposals? Do you want to pose a question to them? Anyone who has a question to the 5 presentation that were made in the last half an hour? Varshni sir, would you like to, do you have a question to them?
Not really. Thank you.
Okay, that's okay. Anyone else? It's an interesting set of presentations. An outsider like me who has nothing to do with science have a lot of questions. I'm sure you would have. Okay, just hold on then. What we will do, since the adjudicators are working on this, we will listen to the valedictory address by one of our secretaries from the Foreign Ministry. Yeah. If let me give you one last chance. Is there any questions? Otherwise, I'll move to the valedictory address. Anyone? There he is. Mian, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Doctor, actually, I have a simple question. When they, if they want to promote their research, or their product to the market, can they get any support from their university or from their institute? This is my simple question. Yeah, maybe some student can respond. That's all.
Sure. Joe, would you like to respond to that question?
Yeah, Mia, can you be more specific about you mean the support about universities and how we do this research?
No, maybe how do they, like university support your researcher become a commercial product? That means do business.
Yeah. So we really struggle when it comes to this. So most of our researches are made in partnership with universities, but usually we try to make all the research by ourselves. The universities just provide us the right environment in order to access the materials and all the theory and all their professors. So yeah, since it's a social enterprise, we really need to think about how can we make it profitable, because sadly or not, but you need money to promote social impact. If you don't have money to do that, probably you won't promote the same amount of social impact. So we really need to balance this. How can I maximize my profits without creating something that is not impactful as it was supposed to be? So since we try to do this.
Yeah, if I could add.
Sir, go ahead.
Mr. Mee, actually there is a direct value chain right from university when a product is proven at the lab scale. As Jao mentioned, that it all depends on what are the interests, whether it is social interest, whether it is market interest, and of course researcher must be quite keen to take it forward. And we call it upgrading the TRL, technology readiness level. So it has to go that whatever you have proven at lab scale should be done at prototype development. And once prototype is functional, then you have to look for mass level production. There are several incubation facilities in and around you to guide you how you can go through this, what typically several people have called valley of death. You need to cross that, because there is a difference between a researcher and a marketeer. So research fellow has generated new knowledge, and that knowledge he would like to try to apply to the market. But marketeer will see what are the market production, a market potential. If anything is produced at a mass scale, who is the consumer and how he or she is going to reach consumer. So I would suggest you to use this incubation facility. In some places, we even have technology business incubators or science and technology parks where you could demonstrate your research capabilities, which social engineer will take it to the market. Thank you.
Thank you. Would any of the other four presenters like to respond to Mee's question? Okay. Let's move to the second question. If there is any other question to the 5 presentations that you heard. Okay, if there is none, then we will move to the valedictory address. Meanwhile, our adjudicators are working on finalizing the 3 from the 5 presentation that were made. We have Mr. Sanjay Bhattacharya. He is the Secretary of the Ministry of External Affairs. He oversees India's relations with the Arab world. and represents India in the Jal Jeevan mission and is also the Sherpa to BRICS. Ambassador Sanjay Bhattacharya, earlier he served as Ambassador of India to Turkey and Ambassador of India to Egypt. He was also responsible as a Joint Secretary South in crafting Act East policy. He will be giving us the valedictory address to us. Unfortunately, it would be a recorded address. He could not be here because of the time gap. So we requested him to give a video message, and I request one of my scholars to play the message for you. It's 15 minutes. Lokendra?
Namaskar from Delhi, and greetings to Brazil, Russia, China, and South Africa. I'm delighted to join you today for the valedictory session of the 6th BRICS Young Scientists Forum, being hosted by the Department of Science and Technology in collaboration with the National Institute of Advanced Studies in Bengaluru. I was happy to see that the participation of the leading scientific institutions from all BRICS countries at this event. On a personal note, I was particularly delighted that PUMC, the Peking Union Medical College, is also joining this meeting for my son, who is a young scientist, who was born at the Xiehe EUN. Thank you all for being there. During India's chairship of BRICS in 2021, we have strengthened intra-BRICS cooperation under the overall theme of BRICS at 15, intra-BRICS cooperation for continuity, consolidation, and consensus. We have 4 key priorities: reform of the multilateral system, counterterrorism cooperation, technological and digital solutions to SDGs, and increased people-to-people cooperation. This forum today represents 2 of the most important priorities that we have. Namely, we see that technology and innovation are the last and the fast-changing scenario for the future will be determined by you, the youth. You will be the ones to shape the world. I recall Prime Minister Modi had mooted the idea of youth engagement during the 6th BRICS summit at Fortaleza in July of 2014, and desired that we develop an innovative mechanism to engage, network, and connect BRICS youth in line with this idea. BRICS Youth Seminar and Scientist Forum was created. Since its inception, the forum has played a critical role in stimulating new ideas and enhancing the overall repertoire of BRICS partnership. It created a network to harness knowledge to solve the challenges through collaboration, research, and innovation. The ideas and thoughts emerging from this forum have been relevant for R&D and meaningful for society. It is impressive that we have received over 1,100 proposals involving 3,400 researchers, and 91 projects were funded to the tune of about $30 million in 10 thematic areas thus far. Further, more than 50 BRICS thematic workshops were also conducted involving 400 top research institutions. We are indeed very proud of your endeavors and your collaborations. Friends, we live in challenging times. Peace and security are challenged by terrorism, radicalism, and conflict. Future livelihood is challenged by economic crisis and social distress. our planet and its fortunes are challenged by climate change and the deprivation of biodiversity. But I am optimistic that our human values of harmony and endeavor, our scientific temperament of inquiry and aspiration, and our instinct for preservation and advancement will provide the answers and the hope for the future. In that context, I'm happy that the BRICS Forum of Young Scientists aims to foster dialogue and has chosen important and relevant themes such as healthcare, energy, cyber, and innovations that reflect contemporary realities. Your discussions over the last several days on these themes are very important for humanity. On healthcare, the COVID-19 pandemic has caused enormous hardship to citizens, not only in BRICS countries, but across the globe. Both lives and livelihood have been lost, and inequities have been widened. In the post-pandemic era, it is imperative that we recover our agenda at an early date. BRICS must take the lead in agenda setting to build back capacity, have resilience, promote innovation, have credibility, and establish sustainability as the highest priority. Research and technological cooperation for ensuring supply of vaccines, raw materials, and others to facilitate an inclusive recovery will need greater momentum. As you are obviously aware, the response to the COVID-19 pandemic, BRICS scientific ministers joined hands to support the collaborative research in multiple areas. Funding agencies from BRICS countries, including DST and DBT from India, have also co-invested up to $10 million to support collaborative projects. I understand there were 84 projects which were proposed, and I'm happy that India is a partner in 6 of the 12 recommended for support. These projects aim to develop drugs, vaccines, diagnostic kits, genome sequencing, epidemiology studies, and application of artificial intelligence for treatment and prevention of COVID-19 virus. Specifically, we have agreed to operationalize the BRICS Vaccine Research and Development Center as a virtual network. The inaugural BRICS Digital Health Summit was also held just a few days ago, which reflected the growing need for innovative solutions for traditional challenges which were exacerbated during the pandemic. Our overall objective should be directed to find new ways to maintain health of our people, prevent disease, develop diagnostics that are reliable, effective therapies, and innovative health technologies. On energy, another item that you have discussed at length, there is concern that the current technologies generally demand energy for development, but most energy options lead to emissions that contribute to global warming. Thankfully, clean alternatives are available, and the need to be encouraged and supported. India is leaving no stone unturned to lead from the front as a responsible member of the global community. We are on track to meet the target of 2-degree compatibility. We have recently crossed the 100 gigawatt of renewable energy threshold and have announced our ambition to meet a new target of 450 gigawatt by 2030. On energy security, with focus shifting from hydrocarbon sources, technology is at a critical juncture, with economies and sustainability becoming practical for alternative and sustainable energy. Development of technical cooperation should be a strategic priority for BRICS countries, especially in clean and renewable energy, storage technologies, distribution, energy efficiencies, and applications. Thus, collaborations in R&D, supply chains, and setting up sustainable networks are the need of the hour. Cyber, I was very happy that you had extensive discussions. The digital revolution has had an impact on all spheres, particularly economic and social life. Data has become indeed the new gold. Cyber applications have transformed the world. Over the last few decades, the pandemic has shown how relevant it is in our day-to-day lives. Digital technology has emerged as a great leveler. It has paved the way for efficient delivery of services and governance. In several areas, it provides a level playing field, particularly to the less privileged sections of society. On a macro scale, it has contributed to the emergence of a more flat world, where developing countries like ours can leapfrog the development process and path, grow faster, and deliver better livelihood to our citizens, and even perhaps close the gap with the developed world. This is an exciting prospect. Through our Digital India program, we have fostered innovation and enterprise and transformed the lives of our citizens in an unprecedented way. Our direct benefit transfer scheme, enabled by our national identity program Aadhaar, has provided social security to millions. We have achieved significant success with our vaccination programs, crossing the 750 million mark recently, with the help of apps like Arogya Setu and CoWIN. We took a number of initiatives under the BRICS partnership, such as the iBRICS network, the BRICS Grain, the BRICS STI architecture, to foster scientific collaboration on research, development, and innovation facilities. Recently, we inaugurated the BRICS Agricultural Research Platform. This is the first such multidisciplinary and multilateral platform established in Indian agriculture, which is 5 big countries as partners participating through the virtual network for agricultural development and growth. We also hope to come up with a BRICS portal for digital public goods. In the spirit of Vasudeva Kutumbakam, which is the world is one family, we have decided to make these available as open source applications. In fact, I'm sure each of our countries has several such useful applications like these, which can be shared with the rest of the world for common good. The economic and social potential of such systems and platforms is much greater than has been realized till now. There is need to address the technology gap, and we can work collaboratively in this. Innovation is something that will guide the future. In this technological age, we find that the rate of transformation is rapid and its scale is humongous. This is an unprecedented opportunity to reach out to the masses and to empower them. The flow of information, use of database delivery platforms, and harnessing of cyber potential have made enterprise and innovation the very closest partners of technology. Innovation not only makes technology marketable, but also provides it with a territory and medium to operate upon. Collaborations between institutes of technology and management, incubation centers across boundaries, and the financing by venture capitalists and angels are the new reality. Whenever an IPO moves towards unicornhood, it also spawns a new set of potential ideas for others to take forward. Our economic system needs more of such solutions to remain energized and build the future. I was particularly pleased to find the emphasis on innovation at the forum this time. I extend my congratulations to the winners of the Innovation Prize, and I also convey best wishes to all the participants. You have not only demonstrated scientific excellence, but have also strengthened the R&D ecosystem of the BRICS scientific community. This forum has been a platform to discuss key issues and to highlight evidence emerging from academic research and innovative ideas. The importance of the process is only expected to grow as we realize that many of the emerging challenges are indeed global and that an effective response would benefit from cooperation across countries. As we move towards achieving the SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals, efforts are needed to bring about the transformative changes around the world. Your generation of researchers will need to re-energize science to tackle global challenges with an evidence-based approach. The pursuit of science must also proceed on the basis of ethics and service-oriented philosophy. In conclusion, I wish to share that BRICS is a unique grouping of emerging economies that is fortunate to have such a tremendously talented human resource base. Our objective is to build partnerships and friendships and to promote cooperation. What we do helps not only our citizens, but contributes to humanity. So your role is crucial. I once again wish to thank all of you for your active participation in the forum and for your support to the cooperation towards BRICS priorities during India's chairship. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ambassador Bhattacharya. I'm sure everyone would agree that's a perfect valedictory address that one could get at this juncture. He talked about the capability, the capacity of the BRICS. He appreciated the work that has gone into so far, and he has also given us a roadmap and challenges. Thanks once again, Ambassador Sanjay Bhattacharya, the Secretary at the Ministry of External Affairs, and also Sherpa to the BRICS. Now let's move to the final round of sessions. The adjudicators have come back with the result. But before we announce, what I'll do, first I'll request Dr. Arvind Kumar to say a few words on the idea of this Innovator Prize. And then I'll request the 5 adjudicators to share their thoughts, how they saw the process. And then I'll request one of my scholars, Sukanya Bali, to announce the 3rd, 2nd, and the 1st prize. Dr. Arvind Kumar, the floor is yours, please.
Dear colleagues and friends from BRICS, good afternoon to all of you. Today is final day of 6th BRICS Young Scientist Conclave. In these 4 days, we have seen an extraordinary piece of research work that are being carried out by our young brigade. BRICS has a unique set of challenges we are at the different stages of economic development. At the end, we want development. We want sustainable modernization. On the other hand, we want to maintain the environment and improve the well-being of our citizens. It has been duly recognized by all that science, technology, and innovation is the only way to address our concern. The BRICS Innovator Prize, therefore, is aimed to recognize and reward the best individual related to research, development, innovation project that present technological innovation and a potential contribution to the science and technology sector of the BRICS countries. It is a special recognition to the BRICS young innovator in the sense that it has unique feature that allow the youngster to participate in such activity. Now, these young students and researchers and entrepreneurs are drawn from science, engineering, and allied discipline and represent BRICS next generation scientific and technological leadership. Considering this, we have started the BRICS Innovator Prize when Brazil for the first time introduced the award, followed by Russia in 2020, and this year India. I would like to briefly give you the outline of what are the requirements and process we follow for selection of best 3 innovation. So as per the requirement, the project must be at the pre-market stage, projects that are at the stage of limited product testing, non-serial production, certification, or preparation for launching the product on the market are accepted. The project should focus on the major social, economic, development, or environmental challenges and provide innovative solutions that aims to enhance the condition of life in the contemporary BRICS society. The project must be relevant for minimum for 3 out of 5 BRICS countries. Its actual challenges. The volume of the project presented must not exceed a USD dollar of I think $100,000 for the last calendar year before the competition. That means we are encouraging the pre-market research, not the established company or corporate sector who have developed some technology and participating in this event. So we try to ignore, avoid that and encourage the newcomer in this prize competition. And for this, we have set the age limit of 30 years, and all the you can say participants who have participated in this event are within the 30 years of the age. So for the selection process, we have chosen one educator from each country, and there is a set of, you can say, indicator based on which they have given the marking, and based on the marking, total marking given by each educator, it were summed together, and then based on the high, you can say the maximum or the highest mark, the top 3 has been selected. So I think this is the process which we followed, and it is totally transparent, consensus based, and mutually agreed decision. There is no any, you can say, issues which emerged during the you can say taking the decisions. So now we are ready with the result, and I think we can proceed further.
Thank you, Dr. Arvind, for explaining the idea behind the Innovator Prize and also the parameters that we have set. So before announcing the prize, I would like to respect the 5 adjudicators, the time that they have spent in going through, and I'll request them to make a brief note before we make the final announcement. We have Dr. Antonio Gomes, a fellow from Brazil, Dr. Maxim Kuchenko from Russia, Professor P.M. Soundararajan from India, Dr. Ginny Guo from China, and Dr. Wusi Skosana from South Africa. I'll start with Dr. Antonio from Brazil.
Thank you. First of all, I would like to acknowledge the organizers for giving the opportunity to collaborate with this forum. Let me congratulate all young innovators for the great ideas you have shared with us during this meeting. I was really impressed by your creativity, dedication, and passion that you are putting in your projects. From concept to market, I could see that the projects are in different positions at the roadmap, but of course, all of them are of great potential for impact our countries in a positive way. It's remarkable by the fact that the projects I have seen are shaped not only thinking to profit, which of course is important, but also they are concerned to offer solutions based on science and technology for taking care of people and taking care of environment as well. I congratulate the winners that will be announced, and I hope this prize will help and excite all of you and your teams to keep going with your projects, business, and dreams for addressing the grand challenges the humanity is facing.
Thank you.
From the talks I see these days in this Innovator Conclave, I would like to summarize in saying to you that you are great and valuable people working with creativity and awareness for improving the quality of our lives, for making our countries and the world as well a better place to live. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Maxim. Now we'll move to Dr. Maxim Kuchrenko from Russia.
Hello to everyone. Thank you for such a great innovation prize for this event. For me, it is a big honor to be the part of the jury because it's my first experience in participation in BRICS forum. So I must say that it was very difficult to put the scores to the project because very different fields, great presentations, a very huge background of scientific and technological work. So all the participants are great. My congratulations to the top 3 who will be announced. And my last words, my last advice to all the participants, I must say that you must always remember that the good innovation is always the sum of science, technology, market, business model, team, and of course the passion and inspiration of the founder of the project. So these are this is the ideal receipt of the innovation in every field. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Maxim. The last 2 you said, passion and inspiration. I think that was in bound here, as we could see. Now I'll move to Professor Soundararajan.
I would like to thank the organizers for giving me the privilege of listening to just such brilliant minds across the world. In fact, it was really an eye-opener to listen to youngsters with passion, as the last speaker very clearly brought out, because what we have seen is the technology grows only when there is a commercial success associated with that. Otherwise, there are so many technologies that fall by the way. And of course, the financial success need to be pushed by the inventor and his team. And in fact, most of the people who presented the cases had a very good combination of teams, which consisted of financial, and maybe some of them had sort of legal advisors to push the product. And what I could see was that it was information technology that played a very major role, but in areas that were not probably imagined by the information technologists. Like, for example, we had some very interesting application of how to help visually impaired people using artificial intelligence and the complete infrastructure of information technology. And the impetus for using these technologies in battling the most formidable enemy that we have seen recently, the virus, is also very evident, and excellent papers were presented. Presentations are made on these aspects also. I'm extremely pleased to be part of this team, and
thank you.
Most of the people, deserve to get a prize, but those are limited. Congrats to the winners. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That is Professor Soundararajan from National Institute of Advanced Studies, Bangalore, India. Now I'll request Dr. Jinny Guo from China to share her experience.
Yes, dear adjudicators, participants from BRICS countries, it is a great honor for me to be the adjudicator on behalf of China for the second year. Actually, it is my second time. And I would like to congratulate to you all, not solely the top 5, also every one of you for achieving this wonderful work for the last 3 days. I believe the Young Scientist Forum and the Innovators Prize is not only bring valuable opportunities for you to present your research, extend the knowledge and the skills, but also unique opportunity to develop new friendship and future collaboration. Special appreciation to the Indian colleagues and who make this event happen and well organized. Wish you all the best in the future and sincerely welcome to BRICS Young Scientist Forum and Innovators Prize next year in China. Looking forward to a physical meeting and reunion soon. Thanks very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. We are also looking forward to visit China. More importantly, seeing you all in person. And now let me move to Dr. Rubusi from South Africa.
Thank you. I agree with my fellow adjudicators. The 20 participants gave us a very difficult task today. Most of you only seen 5 presentations. I was privileged and I'm honored to have listened to 20 presentations. This for me was not just innovation and innovators and scientists presenting. I was listening to young, aware and active citizens coming up with solutions that could be able to change people's life and the vulnerable communities. There's a future outlook and the physical cyber systems that I've seen and listened to are certainly responding to the expectation of the Sustainable Development Goals for us not to only look at the problems now, but the problems into the future. There was a nice match between health and energy. However, I can assure you that the young innovators have looked into other applications and other sectors and other industries that are also vulnerable. The opportunity that I've received, I'd like to share my appreciation to the planning team and the organizing committee. Thank you very much and well done to all the presenters.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Wusi. Let me take this opportunity on behalf of the 2 institutions, DST and the National Institute of Advanced Studies, and all the participants for being in the jury and spending your time with us, all 5 of you. It was a pleasure working with you. Thank you once again. Now, let me move to the most important part, the one that you are waiting for, the final. Who are the final 3? We have Sukanya Bali. the only limelight that we can share is announcing it. That's because it's your job. That's the only limelight that we are going to share, that we are going to announce it. I'm so thrilled. Let me call upon Sukanya Bali to first announce the third winner.
Thank you so much, Professor Suba. It was a great pleasure listening to all the presentations from the innovator section. I now announce the third winner of the innovator section. It's Jiang Li from China, who presented on hardware information security.
Congratulations, Jiang Li.
Jiang Li, you can smile. We need to take a picture.
Okay.
Okay, so that is Jiang Li, the third winner. We'll come back to you. We'll come back to you.
Okay.
We'll come back to you.
Thank
Now, Sukanya, we should go to the second one.
Yes, sir. The second winner from the Innovator Prize is from from China, Zhuang Gao, who presented on medicines and healthcare.
Congratulations, Zhuang.
We can't see him. Is he not here?
He's not here at the moment.
Okay. Maybe
here.
You're here?
Hi.
Junie?
Yes, he's
there you are.
Many congratulations for this.
Thank you very much.
I think we should take a picture. Junie, you should come to the main screen, please.
Maybe he says something and then we have him on the main screen.
No, we'll come back, sir. We'll come back and ask all three of them to say a few words. Okay. Thank you, Junie. Congratulations once again. Now let's move to the first winner. Over to you.
I cannot be more thankful to the innovation sector, the person who has presented and won the first innovation prize. He does not only talk about the one of the most important sector, as well as he talks about the inclusion of all the people in the society, which is one of the key important factor which we should consider. And now announce the first winner of the innovator section. It's João Pedro de Goes from Brazil, who presented on technology as a path to social inclusion.
Congratulations, João Pedro.
Congratulations. That's a wonderful moment to all three of you. Now, may I kindly request you to say a few words. Let me start with Jiang Li first, and then Chuan Chao, and then Pedro. Jiang Li, a few words from you.
I'm very honored to join the Young Innovators Conclave. I'm very glad there is such a wonderful platform which provides us with a good opportunity for communication. I hope we can have the opportunity to conduct academic and industrial cooperation in the future. We welcome the investment of the companies that study hardware security to our project. Best wishes to everyone. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Jiang Li. Now, may I invite Chunyi Chao from Peking Union Medical College Hospital, China.
Thank you very much. And it's a great honor for me to attend this event. And I make new friends, learn new topics, and have the opportunity to share our project with all of you. And I hope our project will benefit the countries all around the world, especially the BRICS countries. And I sincerely hope that in this special time, everyone will stay safe and healthy. Thank you.
Thank you once again for that warm note. Now let me invite João Pedro Novacharlo.
So I'm so delightful to be here with you all. It's a pleasure, to share a little bit of my experience, but most of all, get experience from you all. I think that all the projects were amazing, not only from the innovators, but also from the other areas. This type of event, this type of forum is very important for us, not only because we can share experience, but because we can meet each other and we can see and we can create more, how can I say, hope about the future of the world, because there are people working hard to make the world a better place. So thank you so much for all the organizing committee, and also a great thank you, great thanks to all the delegation from Brazil and from the other countries. And as you guys said, I mean, inclusion and social impact is something that we all need to think about. And I'm so glad to see that everybody here is thinking about this. So thank you so much. I can guarantee you that everything that I said here and probably how this reward or something will be applied will be for the best for all the society. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. There it is for all three of you. Chiang Li, Chunia Chao, and Chao Petro Noachalo. We congratulate you on behalf of all the participants in the conclave, the two institutions, National Institute of Advanced Studies, Department of Science and Technology, and also all the 5 countries that took part, the delegation we are here. Once again, great job. Congratulations. We sincerely hope that this helps you in taking your ideas, innovation forward. Thank you so much. It's a great honor listening to you all. Thank you once again. Now let's move to the final part of the session. I'll request the heads of the delegation, all 5 heads. This is the last, the 4 days just flew. In India, we are very fond of cricket. The cricket matches, there was a day my parent, my father generation used to play test cricket. My generation plays one-day cricket, and this generation plays T20. In a matter of 20 overs, the match gets over. It looks like we thought it's going to be a test match, but it went off like a T20. In 4 days, it just flew. It's such an experience. Let me invite first our head of the delegation from Brazil, Mr. Carlos Matsumoto. Carlos?
Thank you, Dr. Chandran. Thank you. First of all, I'd like to appreciate all the efforts that DST India and also the National Institute of Advanced Studies in organizing this event. I think it was amazing, the days that we had, sharing experience, sharing new ideas, and fostering new collaborations. I hope that in the next days, in the next years, the seed that we are planting here will be most worth it for the collaboration of science, technology, innovation. I thank to the young scientists that take their time to be here in these days, the innovators as well, the adjudicators for all the work. I saw excellent work here, and I know that we are out of time, but I wish you a brilliant future for the next years and your careers. Thank you very much from Brazil, and I hope to see all of you in the next year in China. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That's Carlos from Brazil. Now I invite Albina, head of the delegation from Russia.
Thank you. Dear guests and participants, first of all, I would like to cordially thank the National Institute of Advanced Sciences and the Department of Science and Technology of India for organizing this remarkable event. My highest appreciation to Dr. Chandran and the team of organizations for your hard work and assistance during the forum. We highly appreciate and we enjoyed Indian hospitality during this forum. Then I would like to congratulate and thank all young scientists, innovators, and members of the jury for being a part of this multinational forum. And my special sincere congratulations go to the winners of the Young Innovator Prize for their deserved victory. I'm very glad for you. I would like to say that the 6th BRICS Young Scientists Forum has shown us how many talented young scientists we have in our countries, how many interesting ideas they can bring to our everyday life. It was really amazing to listen to young scientists speaking about their current research projects from such different parts of the world, but still we were united by common passion for science and innovations. I hope that this platform is and will be a perfect platform for collaboration, for young scientists to exchange their opinions, share views, knowledge, and discuss new challenges we have today. I hope that everyone could take all benefits from this forum, including new scientific and innovative contacts for your future potential cooperation between each other. I wish all the participants and other members further success in your career pathway. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. That's Ms. Albina from head of the Russian delegation. Now I'll invite Dr. Arvind Kumar, head of the Indian delegation. Arvind, please.
Dear BRICS colleagues, once again, greetings to all. We may congratulate ourselves for successfully conducting this fascinating conclave. But it is not the end. It is just a start. It is the first step to go long way together. In the last 4 days, we have got an opportunity to listen about 100 presentations showcasing the extraordinary piece of research work. Listening such an exciting work reinvigorate the enthusiasm to pursue the research career path. 20 BRICS innovators have also very beautifully displayed their innovation, and we must admit that we all have greatly benefited from that. Friends, all the innovations were at par, but as a tradition, we have to choose best out of best. I congratulate all the winners and I also have a best wishes for other and those who have not successful in this event. I wish they may have more opportunity available in some new avenue. The feedback received from our past alumni are really very valuable. We will try to incorporate these suggestions while building our future program of the conclave. At the end, on the behalf of Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, and our partner agency, NIAS, I would like to thank all for making this event so successful. A special thanks to our colleague, Ms. Albina, Mr. Carlos, Ms. Punka, and Ms. Benjing, who were shouldering their responsibility and cooperating with India in all manner, whether it is matter of nominating, sending the nomination, or even sending the names of the innovator and all those documents and other details. I would also like to once again thank the NIAS team under the leadership of Dr. Suba and his team, who were working day and night for last 2 months to make this event successful. And as I said, we must congratulate ourselves in the sense and with the pride that we have done this work very efficiently, very professionally, and very good manner. If any shortfall are there, we are eager to listen your feedback so that we can improve. The success is not the you can say the only thing. We have to see what were our weakness, what were the shortfall. So I will request, or you can say urge all the participants to send us the feedback, and I request Dr. Suba we have to devise a kind of feedback, whether online system or whatever mode you want, to develop those questionnaire, and we will receive the feedback. And of course, those feedback will be very, very useful, not only for India, but our next year, you can say the host China, who is going to host next year. And at this juncture, I thank all of you, and I say good luck to China for the next year. Thank you, sir. If anything, if I miss any name and any you can say agency name. I may be pardoned, but I thank all of the agency individual who were involved in this event from bottom of my heart and on the behalf of Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Arvind. And now I'll invite Ms. Wenjing from head of the Chinese delegation. Wenjing, are you here with us?
Yes, thank you, Dr. Suba. So I just want to say thank you for our Indian colleagues for organizing the BRICS Young Scientists Forum and the Innovator Prize. Our sincere gratitude goes to the Department of Science and Technology of India and the National Institute of Advanced Study. It is really a very successful event. And I also want to say thank you and congratulations to all the participants, especially congratulations to those prize winners. So during the past 4 days forum, we had a very fruitful discussion, the enjoyable experience. I believe that attending this forum will also become an unforgettable experience or memory to all the participants. I think this forum will become a good platform for BRICS young scientists and innovators to exchange their ideas, their study progress, and the international science frontiers. This forum will be held in a rotating base, and we will welcome all of you next year. So like Dr. Evans said, this forum is not an end, but will be a starting point for all of you to establish the future pragmatic cooperation. So finally, I hope that everyone stays safe and healthy in this difficult time. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Wenjing. That's Wenjing from China. Now I'll turn to the head of the delegation from South Africa, Dr. Panka. Panka?
Yes.
Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah.
My face is not showing though. Can you see me?
We can see you. Go ahead.
Oh, no problem. Oh, thank you. Good afternoon and good evening, everyone. On behalf of the Department of Science and Innovation, I would like to thank all the 2021 BRICS Young Scientists Forum participants. You participated with enthusiasm, excitement, and willingness to share your knowledge as you displayed your capabilities in different areas. By now, you have realized that the Young Scientists Forum is an important stepping stone for your future involvement in the BRICS STI framework. The alumni who presented earlier on bear testimony to that. Accolades about previous conclaves are encouraging and serve as an indicator that we are on the right track. The Young Scientists Forum is one of many instruments employed by BRICS STI to build, maintain, and sustain the STI pipeline. The BRICS STI website provides all the activities we're involved in which will excite you more and be proud of being an STI BRICS alumni. In the past 4 days, you have networked virtually, and those contacts must be held dearly, for they will change your career for the better. I would like to thank young innovators who shared their innovations and showed how their innovations address societal and global challenges. Congratulations to the winners of the competition. Congratulations to Brazil, China. Brazil is flanked by China. Well done. And I'd also like to congratulate all the participants who participated in the Innovators Prize. I like the Innovators competition because it shows the innate passion scientists have to better and alleviate challenges faced by the entire globe. Also, I would like to thank my counterparts, Carlos Matsumoto, Albina Kutuzova, Arvind Kurma, Li Wenjing, who are the main engine of the BRICS STI, who work tirelessly with a number of stakeholders to implement the BRICS mandate. Working closely with the national coordinators in our agencies, academies, universities, and science councils, which contribute immensely in the selection of participants. Not forgetting the adjudicators for the competition. Thank you very much for your commitment. Lastly, I would like to thank the Department of Science and Technology, India, and the National Institute of Advanced Studies for hosting the event, which turned out to be a great success. A big thank you to Dr. Sabu Chandran and his team for putting together this wonderful program. It's a pity pandemic has made it impossible for participants to travel to Bengaluru. Last year, it was the same with Russia. The consolation is that contacts have been established and will necessitate collaboration, exchange visits, and joint research. We are hopeful that 2022 will be a better year and participants will be able to travel to China. Looking forward to seeing you next year in China. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Panka. Before I propose a formal vote of thanks, I would like to turn to Dr. Varshney. He's one of the mover and the brain behind whatever has been happening. Dr. Varshney, a few words from you to the process.
Thank you, Dr. Subha. So I would like to congratulate all the participants of this event. In fact, all of you are winners, not only the 3 fellows which have been named by the jury, but all of you are winners. You have come through a process because we received many, many nominations, but then your country representative chose you to participate in this event. And this is how it will go in future. At each stage, you will meet some new challenges, new targets. And only thing I could say, collaboration is the key, and you need to keep this spirit of cooperation alive. You are our future ambassadors, and whatever cooperation you will develop now, you can carry it for next 20 years, 30 years in time to come. You are our hopes on which we are seeing new technology products to be developed in time to come. So my good wishes to all of you. And I would like to see that your ideas get converted into products, your knowledge gets converted into research papers, and you find opportunities for collaborations amongst yourselves. I would take this opportunity to thank all my friends in BRICS Science and Technology Ministries. I have been meeting them very regularly, and they have been pillars of support for organization of this particular activity also. And on our calendar, we have another big celebration just after a few days when we are meeting in Moscow. I think once again virtually because of this pandemic. And that event is dedicated to this popularization of science. And we will see how we can take science to the masses. So there are several opportunities, one after another, where you could exhibit, you could demonstrate your talent, and we, as the official of the science ministries, would like to provide you platforms to work together. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank Team NIAS, led by Dr. Subha Chandran, who very efficiently delivered this program. So with those words, I would like to close, and good wishes to all the participants.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Varshney. He said, you are our ambassadors and you are our hope. So I'll formally request one of our ambassadors, one of our hopes at the Institute, a young scholar. Now, they were all looking forward that it will be held in Bangalore, it will be held in NIAS. We were looking forward to meet you all, take two places. People were even discussing what to be served for lunch, what to be served for evening tea and snacks, what to be served for dinner, where to take them, which are the markets. Because last time when we met in 2016, some of you really went mad in terms of having tasting the cuisines, going to the shopping. There are many things that you did. We missed all those things. I sincerely hope we take that forward in China next year. Since this is, as Dr. Vashni said, you are our ambassador and you are a hope, I'll request Avishka, a part of a larger team. It's a great big team that we have. It was a pleasure working with them. I'll request her to formally propose a vote of thanks to all of you. Avishka.
Thank you, sir. Greetings to all. On behalf of the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, and the National Institute of Advanced Studies, Bangalore, I'd like to express my gratitude to all the participants present here and the delegation from the BRICS countries. We have had 4 successful days of the conclave where the participants discussed in detail the 3 themes, that is healthcare, energy solutions, and cyber physical systems. I hope that the participants take forward the newly formed friendships and also find the right collaborators for their research. We thank all the participants, the adjudicators, the delegations, and the alumni for removing time from their busy schedules and coming together on this virtual platform for the Young Scientists Forum. We wish great success to all the young scientists of the BRICS YSF and look forward to your success stories in the coming years. Once again, thank you very much for being a part of BRICS YSF 2021 Conclave.
Thank you all. We bring this workshop to a close with inputs from our officials in DST. Thank you all. We hope to see you soon, somewhere in the near future. Thank you all.